All right, I had to pull over. I was listening to a podcast on the way home. Drives me nuts. This has been going on for decades at least, where there has been no mandatory staffing to patient ratios at nursing homes and long-term care facilities, etc. This is crazy. It's absolutely horrifying to see what goes on. And the people that work at these facilities, the majority of them, they've been there forever, and they're precious souls because they don't do it for the money. Because you can literally go down the street and work at Mighty Taco and prepare a taco, a burrito, and pour a drink for more money than a CNA can get taking care of a senior citizen in a retirement home. I want you to think about that, because you're going to be there very likely in your elder age. If you don't speak up for them right now, who will? People aren't speaking up for them. The nurses and the LPNs and the CNAs, they're striking now, and you see it on the news. This is all regurgitated from past mistakes by so-called representatives, congressmen, senators, legislators, all of them. They're all responsible for the atrocities going on. They're overworked, they're underpaid, and they're striking. They want better pay, and people are, I listened to the podcast, it drove me nuts, because they're saying they're being selfish. Are you kidding me? Literally, you can go down the street and work fast food for more money, but they're being selfish. Do you know what it takes to work at one of these facilities? I've worked at, in fact, this one right here. And I had to quit because it was breaking my heart, because there was nothing I could do, because I knew I'd start advocating from within the facility in my job, and that would be unethical and just not right. But I think what capped it off is one day I was walking the facility and I saw 12 people in wheelchairs waiting to use the restroom. And there was one person staffed to be able to do it. They were waiting to use the restroom. Okay, so your parents, your grandparents, your friends, when they end up going to a facility like this, they usually lose everything. I mean, if they own a home and they go on the Medicaid or Medicare or whatever, and they'll take it for payment for being in the facility, they'll take your Social Security, and then sometimes it's still not enough. They lose everything just so that they can live out their golden years in peace and comfort. And this is what we have in the nation, these facilities, because there are families that would absolutely love to take care of their family members in their own home, but they can't. There are sometimes problems that they're just not physically, mentally, emotionally, and medically capable of doing. So they end up having to put them in homes like this and hope and pray that they get the care that they deserve. Whether it's meals, helping go into the bathroom, getting showers, getting your medicine. And that doesn't even take into account their emotional health. Their emotional health. Knowing that this may be the last place they live, and the treatment they're getting at these facilities, and it's not because of the majority of the people working there. They're angels. It's because our elected representatives, so-called representatives, have forsaken them. So here's what I learned over the years that I've been advocating for this. These politicians, filthy, lying douchebags that they are, will propose a bill that says, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, and then they get their votes and they get their campaign donations from people saying, oh, what a beautiful soul, you're doing this and you're going to do it. and then they don't do it. And why? Because the Democrats are in control in Albany, and they won't put that bill that they just talked up to a vote, because they don't want to be cornered into voting against it. Why would they vote against it? Because now that they got the votes, and they got reelected, and they got their campaign donations, and they put the bill in committee, all of a sudden all these owners of these nursing homes start campaigning behind the scenes, making donations. So now they're getting double dipped to kill the bill in committee. It's been going on for at least 20 years that I notated. I've been doing this for a while. You've probably seen me before doing it. You can look it up. But they keep doing it, and they don't care. And they'll get the money, and they'll get reelected, and they'll look good, and then it'll secretly go away because they kill the bill in committee. They need to mandate staffing to patient ratios. We were all optimistic last time because they put up a bill that said they would do something like that, but in fact, in the fine print, they lied. It's all in the fine print. Title of the bill will look great, the majority of the bill, but then there'll be a few elements that kill the whole idea of it. So the staffing to patient ratio bill all of a sudden turned into all they have to do is report. They're mandated to report what the staffing to ratio is. There is no mandated staffing to patient ratios. It's what they need. You can't have one CNA making less than they would at Burger King or McDonald's down the street. Take care of our seniors, our family members, our grandparents, the people who have spent their entire lives taking care of us and making this nation as great as it is. You can't expect these people to take care of 12 to 1. It's shameful. It's the ugliest truth that's hidden in our nation. And our politicians and our elected so-called representatives damn well know it. They have known it. They manipulate the media. They manipulate the laws. And then they ignore the laws that they should make. Mandate staffing to patient ratios. It's shameful. It may be you someday. And then once it is you, you'll be in that home there. You won't have a voice. We have to do it for them. We have to call our senators, our congressmen, our legislators, and demand that they take care of our parents, your parents, our neighbors' parents. They've earned it. They can't speak up as loudly as you can now. You need to do it. Give a damn. Make a damn phone call. Spend 5 minutes to look up who. Spend 5 minutes to make that damn phone call. And tell them you demand that they take care of these people. Because it's not happening. They're ignoring it. Tell them you won't reelect them. And tell them if they deny and refuse to help, tell them you'll donate to their opponent the next time. That'll get their attention. Do it. Do it.